to St. Vincent football coach Bob Colbert's weekly video blog here on stvincent.edu. I'm Jim Berger, joined as always by Coach Colbert today. This past weekend, the Bearcats were in action at Chucknall Field for homecoming Saturday against Westminster College. It was a game that the Bearcats were in the whole way. I thought it was a great game down to the very end, but a few mistakes proved costly for the Bearcats as Westminster left with a 27-14 win. Coach, like I said, it seemed like the team was in it, down to the wire, competitive again. How would you summarize the game? What do you think were some key plays, some key moments?
Well, I was disappointed in the way our team played on Saturday, to be honest with you, Jim. I thought that right out of the box when the Westminster came down, they held the ball for 7 minutes on the first drive. It took a lot of steam out of our preparation. Our kids didn't respond well to that. Although we came back down and scored a touchdown, I think, on the next possession with the help of a little bit of a fake punt there. I was disappointed in the way that I thought that Westminster was controlling the ball the first half against us. I was a little bit disappointed again in the first half where we had 3 interceptions. You can't throw 3 interceptions where we put the ball in their hands too many times and put our defense in a short field situation. So I was disappointed in our team's performance, and obviously we got to try to pick up things a little bit better this week.
Well, the player that really stood out for me on Saturday was Anthony Johnson, the sophomore linebacker. It was his first action of the 2009 season. He came out, had 12 tackles, and like we said, he took that fake punt. He had to run right up the middle, and he just was all over the field, like he didn't miss a beat. What can you say about Anthony, and how does it feel to have him back?
Well, Anthony is a game player. He's quick. He's very quick. He has really good speed, and he brings a lot of intensity to the defense. He had a good season last year, and trying to build on that. He was a little bit late reporting for camp, and he's playing some catch-up now in terms of his conditioning, in terms of his catching up to the speed of the game because he didn't get a lot of action in the preseason camp. But again, Anthony brings us somebody that's really tough to block because of his speed, and he did have, I guess it was a game-high 12 tackles, and being all over the field like that, it's fun because both he and Ribeiro bring us something. Our young linebackers that can run, and they both play with a lot of intensity. So having Anthony back was a plus to us because he's a playmaker. That's the one thing you look for on defense and offense is do you have playmakers in the lineup? And Anthony is a playmaker. As small as he is, he's a good playmaker.
Well, in addition to the fake punt in which Anthony ran up the middle for the first down, Bearcats also had another special play later on in the game. Jairus Marlowe looked like he was going to go in for the dive and then floated the jump pass over into the waiting hands of Jake Gable for the Bearcat touchdown. The past couple of years, it seems like you guys have really had a lot of success on these special plays. How often do you practice them, and how do you know, like, when does your gut tell you that it's time to call one of these?
We practice special plays basically every day. We have, if we look on the film that we're scouting and we see something that may work, a little bit of a different wrinkle, we'll practice it a couple times during the week. There are special plays we have in our playbook that we may practice all the time, and we just wait for the appropriate defense to call them. The particular play on the goal line is something we've been running for years, and it's just another play. I know people get a big kick out of it, and I know our players do, but it's really, I look at special plays as just another play. I look at a special play as the one that Jairus Marlowe ran against Waynesburg last year, 91 yards or 92 yards for a touchdown. That's really special. So, I know that there are trick plays and all that come into play that fans like them, but how do you call them? I don't know. It's just a feeling. I've been doing that for years, and we seem to time them up pretty well on most of them. If they backfire on you, I look like an idiot then when I call them. But it's just a feeling that you sometimes get. But it's all based on preparation and based on what you see on film.
Well, we're now entering the middle portion of the schedule. 3 games down, 7 more to go. Bearcats are 0-3, like I said, but they have been in every game. I thought a very competitive team throughout the entire season. How would you evaluate the team's performance as we enter this middle stage of the season, and what are going to be some points of emphasis for you and the staff moving forward?
Well, being competitive is good, but at this point in our development, we want to start winning ball games, and we have to learn how to win. We have to learn how to close out a game. I thought at Geneva when we jumped out 14-0, we couldn't sustain it. So we have to learn how to close the deal, as they would say, once you get up in a game. How would I evaluate things? We're disappointed to be 0-3 at this point. I think our entire staff is. I think our entire team is. We just haven't turned the corner yet, and that's our main focus is turn the corner on this program and get it to be, yeah, we're competitive, but we all agreed that that's not our goal this year, to be competitive. Our goal is to start winning some ball games, and you win a win is a result of achieving some little things happening during a ball game, and that's the ultimate thing is when you win. But if we continue to give the ball away on offense and not get off the field on defense, it's going to be a long season. So we have to pick it up. So our main focus is getting our team to play as a team, to make sure that we're taking care of the little things on offense and defense, and really play with a more emotional set like we did against Geneva for the entire ball game. I thought we had a little bit of a letdown, which I was very disappointed in this past week. So our goal is to play with more intensity the entire ball game.
Well, this week the Bearcats will take to the road, traveling to Waynesburg University for a 1:30 game on Saturday afternoon. Waynesburg is actually St. Vincent's longest rival on the gridiron. This will be the 25th all-time matchup between the two teams. They're 2-1 this year. Another traditionally strong team. It seems like you guys have first 4 games of the year that have all been against some pretty strong opponents. What do we know about Waynesburg, and how are you going to prepare for them? What can we expect this Saturday?
Waynesburg is scoring a lot of points on offense. They're doing a good job spreading the ball around. Their quarterback Dawson is developing. He's a transfer, so he's brought something to their offense, a little bit of stability to their offense. Defensively, they're somewhat like they were last year. They're strong on defense. They brought in another transfer that's doing well for them in the secondary, and their return guy and Mr. Cree, I think he intercepted a ball and went 100 yards for a touchdown against Hanover. So they're opportunistic. They're a physical team, both offensively and defensively. They like to play a physical brand of football. So our guys have to respond to that, and hopefully that we can respond in a positive manner. We've had some good games against Waynesburg the first couple of years. We went down there 2 years ago, and I think we had 4 turnovers in the first half alone. I believe we had a blocked punt that resulted in bad field position. I think they intercepted the first ball we threw that game. Last year, I think we were ahead for a little while there, and it came down to a close game. So I'm expecting a competitive game, but again, I'm tired of being competitive. I want our guys to feel like all this effort that they put in is going to result in having a W at the end of the game.
Well, like I said, the game will be 1:30 this Saturday at Waynesburg. It will be broadcast online at redzonemedia.com. Well, that'll do it for this week. Coach, thank you as always for joining us. Fans, we hope you have a great week. I'll see you soon.